Would you discuss the union of wisdom and the supernatural?
Yeah, I love both subjects. I love those. Wisdom is supernatural. In Scripture. Wisdom. How much time do we have? Wisdom.
I think we have about 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes. Wisdom is emotional in Scripture. A lot of people look at wisdom as this stoic thing, almost like Spock on Star Trek.
Yep.
You know, this emotionless expression. It's not. In Proverbs 8, wisdom is personified. In 1 Corinthians 1, wisdom is Jesus. Well, there's nothing more supernatural than Jesus. He is our wisdom. Personified in Proverbs 8, it says, wisdom rejoices in the sons of men. Wisdom is the celebratory expression of God's framework, how he works. It's the celebratory response of God towards his creation.
Yeah.
Stunning. And it says wisdom was there when God created everything.
Yeah.
It's wisdom that helped all the planets to stay in tension and in balance, and all of creation, from the water and the oxygen created in the leaves and the sun rays and everything that's a part of this amazing system. It was all designed by wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's all supernatural. I half jokingly, but true, make this statement that in our world there's natural and supernatural, but in God's world there's only natural, because it's all natural.
Yeah.
Whether he's getting rid of cancer, or he's causing a plant to grow, or a salmon to return upstream, it's all his natural world.
Yeah.
And that's the point. The point is we make a distinction that he doesn't make. It's all his world. So when I see the role of wisdom, to me it is supernatural. And my exhortation to our church family and where I travel is that this is a season where we've really got to cry out for supernatural wisdom.
Yeah.
Because this is where, if we have a vision for the cities that we live in, for their transformation, for the businesses that we're involved in, these schools that our children attend, governments, industries, whatever it might be, if we really have vision for these things to be transformed, it's going to be transformed by wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom is the absolute heartbeat of God. And let me just say what I believe to be prophetic. I believe the life of Solomon and his approach to wisdom is going to be one of the things we'll draw from the most in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think it will position us to really be a people with answers, for some of the big dilemmas.
Yeah.
And to me, it doesn't matter if it's the ozone layer or if it's the flow of traffic in some city around some industry. I mean, it's all stuff that wisdom has answers for.
So wisdom touches every aspect of life.
Everything.
So that's why, as far as solution, Maura Murillo would just with us, and I love, he said, this is the season of original thinking.
Yes.
And he was tapping into that, and so.
There's something else that I see. Wisdom is actually prophetic in nature. Where in natural understanding, let's just take this cushion. Natural understanding looks at the cushion, sees what it is. It's soft. It's made of leather. It's this and that. What wisdom does is wisdom can look in past the obvious and see the coils, the springs, the wood, the framework. Sees beyond the obvious skin of a matter, of a subject, of an issue, and going to see the inner workings.
Yeah.
That's why wisdom has a prophetic nature to it, because it sees beyond the obvious.
Yeah.
It understands a problem. It understands relational conflicts. It goes beyond the argument between two people and goes into the makeup of these two individuals. Looks into a business, why this is failing, why this is succeeding.
Yeah.
And gains an understanding because it can see past the obvious.
Yeah.
And so it has that supernatural element to it. And that's why I think we've really got to be crying out, God, we've got to have wisdom for this day, for this hour.
Yeah.
Because we want to be people with answers.
Yeah, my favorite verse in that Proverbs 8 is, wisdom is talking. It said, I was beside him, which was God, as a master craftsman. And it's just that it just kind of
That whole
nails
creative.
it, yeah, it nails it on the head. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's good.
Super.